Hi everyone, in this episode I'm going to share with you my experience of doing the PADI Instructor Development course, or IDC program. The prerequisites for the course are you need to have 100 log dives, you need to be a dive master, and then you need to also have done the emergency first response course in the last 24 months. Of course, you need to also be fit to dive and pass the medical examination and pay PADI the fees. I decided to do my IDC on the island of Koh Tao in Thailand. A little bit cliche because everyone does their diving courses in Koh Tao, but there's several advantages of doing it here. One is there's just so many dive schools, so there's a lot of competition and a lot of choice and variety in the types of courses you can do, the length, and the price. The price is probably the main factor for doing it in Thailand. It's 88,000 baht, which is about $2,500 for the fees for the course, but not including the PADI registration fees, which are another $1,000 to $1,500. Compare this to other dive locations around the world, it's probably one of the cheapest. Plus, you don't have to have equipment. They rent out all the equipment for free as part of the price. Koh Tao, Thailand is a great destination. It's a tropical island. It's very small. It's in the Gulf of Thailand, and it's the epicenter of diving in Thailand, probably, with so many dive sites all around it. And if the weather's bad on one side, then you just move to the other side where it's sheltered from the wind and the bad weather. It's easily accessible from Bangkok. You can either fly to Koh Samui or you can take an overnight bus and then a shuttle ferry to the island. You're probably going to be in Koh Tao for about a month doing your IDC, if not longer, and so it's cheap, it's safe, it's fun. There's really a lot of nightlife and a lot of expats, so a lot of people to meet. And then it also has great food, good beaches, good hiking, and of course, great diving all around it. Not the best diving in Thailand, but good enough and very cheap. I did my IDC with Sky Cottage Diving, which I highly recommend. I'll get to that later, but they do a lot of courses. They do it almost every month, the IDC course, and they have a dedicated room, a dedicated pool, a dedicated boat just for the IDC candidates, and the IDC course director, Marcel Vandenberg, and his assistant, Julian Pico, are great. So here we are, first day of school. Me and 6 other students made our course director.
While you're looking up, and woo, everything will be cleared. Okay, next we're going to be doing alternate dancers. So we're going to do tap, 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 I don't know, can a piece of severe. He's going to take it out on the way over the arm. When it's on the way over the arm, make sure it's smiling towards you. Switch over, remember the little bubbles, and then do the Roman arm shake, just go.
This is what every day is going to be like. My head's exploding. I haven't studied in like 10 years and I'm already daydreaming thinking about fish. No, but I'm just kidding. Marcel is a great course director and a good teacher. He has a lot of knowledge to impart on us, but this was an example of what not to do when you're teaching your students.
So I tell them that with this, they learn how to navigate around most dive sites around the world. So again, do not lie. If you say all dive sites, that's a lie.
This is my course director, Marcel Vandenberg. He's a PADI Platinum course director, which means he's trained a lot of people. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. So he has a lot of experience, and he's very well connected within the dive community. He worked at Bands before, which is the largest diving center in the world, and then also now runs this IDC. He does this course every month, and knows a lot of people, and runs a lot of Facebook groups for the scuba community worldwide. He also has great YouTube videos that I watched almost every day of my IDC to learn and practice the techniques that you're supposed to do to pass and be successful at the IDC. Since he has so much experience as an instructor and course director, he has great examples of what not to do and what to do, and then also he's very entertaining and has great stories. The assistant course director is Julian Pico. He's also great with you every step of the way and takes really good care of you, and also knows the dive theory really well, which is really hard part of the IE.
Or us, and we can give you a little bit tips of how maybe to organize, because this is gonna be.
And then we have Marcel's dog, Skylar, not to be confused with a student named Tyler. And throughout the course, we got guest instructors to teach some of the other specialized skills, along with a PADI person who came and visited and explained about the PADI resources available to us. I would say about 70% of the IDC course is classroom-based and 30% is pool or open water-based. But we don't just listen to lectures, we need to know how to instruct students. So of course, we learn how to present to our students and instruct them. So we do classroom-based presentations as well as presentations out of the water and in the water. This one is an example of my classroom presentation about how you shouldn't push your limits.
Hey guys, I heard we have some Dutch people in this class, so does anyone like hagelslag?
Yeah, hagelslag.
Hagelslag with this sugary kind of candy stuff you put on bread or anything?
Sugar in there?
It's
It likes me?
What? So what do you think is the Guinness World Record of hagelslag? It's probably like 4 boxes in 1 hour. Could be. I mean, your body could process that maybe. But what happens when you try and take 4 boxes and your mom or dad sees you? They're probably going to say, no, only like a little portion of 1 box tonight, right? So what is that an example of? They're setting boundaries for you. Even though the human body can metabolize that amount, you can't, it's not a good idea to push that limit, or else you'll feel pretty bad in the morning. So it's the same in diving. I mean, when you go down, at the end of this course, you'll be able to dive down 30 meters, but there could be other factors that inhibit that.
Okay, so classroom session done for the day. Now in the afternoon, time to get into the pool and do some skill circuit. This is the fun part, the part where you actually do diving and show what skills you can actually do in the open or confined water.
Something's in the air. I can feel it
So the IE, dun dun dun. The IE is the instructor examination, and it sounds scary, and it is because it's like 1,000 Australian dollars to pay a PADI person to come to Koh Tao and watch you do your skills and grade your written exams. So if you fail, you don't get that money back. So the only option is to prepare and prepare well. So the IE written part of the exam has two sections. One is PADI standards, that's open book, and I think it's like 50 questions. And then the other part is the written exam, which is 5 sections: physics, physiology, recreational dive planner, or the dive table, equipment, and skill and environment. Each of those sections has 12 questions, so there's 60 in total, and you need to get 75% or better. It's pretty easy. You just have to turn your phone on airplane mode, but you can use a calculator, and you can use the online ERDP table on PADI's website. You have like an hour and a half for each of the 2 sections, so you have enough time to do it. So this is me in my room studying every night before bed because I'm not so good at dive theory. But by the end, you take so many mock exams, they have a lot of material, and the instructors aren't available all the time, so you can ask them questions, so you'll actually do better than you think. What's the format of the IE? So it goes over a 2-day period, and first you will get a folder with all your skills that are already pre-selected for you. So you can use that day, that evening, and the second day to prepare for all your skills. It's not like you will be caught off guard. So the first day, in the morning, you will do the written exam. That's the first thing. Then you'll have lunch, have a little break, and then you will do the pool skill set. So you do need to do 5 skills, just demonstrate those to the evaluator underwater, and then you will do 1 skill demonstration where you demonstrate to students, you have them do the skill, you point out their problems, and then you do a debrief. Then the second day, you will do your classroom presentation where you present on 1 classroom question, and then you do the open water skill set. Those are 2 skills where you again demonstrate how to do the skill to students, you point out the problems underwater, and then you do a debrief up on the boat. There's also one thing you do, which is rescue skill number 7, which is removing the equipment of an unconscious diver in the water. So there's not a lot to the IE except money. So that's why everyone's freaking out so much, is because you pay so much, you would have to redo the exam somewhere else, or you would have to wait a whole nother month until they come back to Koh Tao for the next round of IDC, IE evaluations. So it's scarier and you're nervous the whole IDC, but you really shouldn't be. And by the end, you just think, why did I get so nervous? The only way you can fail is if you really break standards. There's redos if you fail the written exam, and then there's kind of redos. And the threshold for passing is pretty low. It's a 3.5 or something on the skills out of 5, and most people get 4s or 5s anyways. So this is an example of my logbook with exactly 100 dives before the IE. This is me also studying, and this is me eating my last meal before the IE. I also take the liberty of getting myself a massage and a facial before, and getting a good night's sleep the night before. Kind of just like finals. So everything within my control, I tried to stabilize. The one thing I couldn't control was the weather. Of course, I wake up on the day of the exam, and it is not a sunny day like the rest of the days in Koh Tao. No, it has to be a rainstorm and a windstorm, of course. And I also had congestion, because that's perfect for a diver. If you can't equalize, you can't take the test, and you fail. It also didn't make matters better that in the test room, there was a Plagues of Egypt situation going on with the running water. Everyone is so nervous right now about the written exam. Since Koh Tao is one of the biggest IDC centers in the world, there was probably 50 people sitting for that IE session. And so all the candidates were dressed up in their respective dive center t-shirts. It looked like some kind of weird face-off at a cheer competition tournament thing. But it was fine. The written exam went well. Everyone except a few people passed, and yeah, they tell you right away. Then it was a skills circuit. You have to do 5 skills, and one of them is the CISA. There were some other ones too. I got clear a fully flooded mask, and all the students did it well. I got a good score on that one, so that's good. Then we got to relax for that night until the second day, and the second day starts with the classroom session. For the classroom session, I got the prompt Project Aware, so you just need to educate people on Project Aware.
Does anyone like a musical artist? Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift. Would you like to go to a Taylor Swift concert? Okay. What do you do at that Taylor Swift concert? Oh, I just go and listen, dance. Do you run on stage? Do you hug her? Do you give her chocolate? Do you chase her when she runs away? Do you try and ride her? What if your friends tell you, oh, I'll film it. You'll go on stage, just like hug her. It'll go viral, you'll get 1 million views. You still gonna do it? It's probably not good for the artist, the production company, and most of all you, because you'll probably be breaking some laws. The same is true in relation to people's interactions with marine life. You need to protect underwater life. So, this means choose not to touch, feed, handle, or chase or ride anything underwater, encourage appropriate role model behavior, and to try not to give into peer pressure, share Project Aware's top 10 tips for divers to protect the ocean planet, and consider local laws and regulations.
So did good on that one, luckily, and passed. And now it's on to the open water session.
A little bit more.
So sadly, we had to say goodbye to our course director and everyone who helped us along the way. And then we got on the boat, kind of like when your parents take you to the bus stop for school. It was kind of like that. We said goodbye. They wanted us to do so well. They were so proud of us. Everyone on the boat ready for the test. It could not have been a worse day for diving. Luckily, Koh Tao has some sheltered bays on the other side of the island, so we had to go all the way around the island to go to a suitable site where we could just do the skill circuit. Is this the best you can do? So like I said, there were 50 IDC candidates. So yeah, all 50 of us are sitting on the bottom doing our skills for the last part of the IE exam while the PADI examiners are evaluating us. My skills to brief, to demonstrate, and to teach the students was hover in a neutrally buoyant fashion, and then also underwater navigation front and back. This is not my skill, but this is someone else's. Replace a mask underwater. The easiest way to pass an IE is have good students, because if they're doing unassigned problems, then it makes it real hard to diagnose the actual assigned problems. And if you miss an assigned problem, then you fail. So you want good students. Luckily, mine were good in the end. On a scale of 1 to 5, they rate you, but you don't know until you get back on the boat. And then it's only one skill left for the whole IE, which is the pass or fail rescue skill number 7, which is to drag a diver that is unconscious at the surface and remove their equipment. After everyone passed that, then we gathered on the boat to hear the conclusion. Dun dun dun. And the conclusion was everyone passed. Woohoo! We are all PADI instructors now. A little scary, but very exciting news. This was us before, and this is us after. Thank goodness this thing is over. Now, time for some party! Party on the boat, then we get back to the dive center, and it's snorkel test.
3, 2, 1, come on, go!
And then we move on to karaoke night at the local, our staple. What a fitting song. After our hangover subsided, reminder, Koh Tao is still stormy at this point, the course director decided it would be really nice to congratulate us by taking us out on this really cool night dive. We tried to head out to the boat, but then it was too choppy, so we had to ditch the boat and go driving to the pier instead. So it was calmer water. Not like it got any calmer at the pier. As miserable as this looked, it was probably the most fun dive I ever did in Koh Tao because it was so crazy. It was like we were on the high seas getting pelted by sideways wind and rain. Then there's this guy, Peter. I asked, "Are you dry in there?" He goes, "Oh, don't you worry about that." I'm glad one of us is dry. The night dive itself was really cool. I don't know what they did. I don't know who he paid, but there was a lot of plankton, really cool crabs and stuff you don't really see in the daytime. Really nice colors, urchins moving. And the coolest part was this bioluminescent plankton. So whenever you made a move with your hand or foot, there's this plankton that would light up. It was so magical. I loved it. So after a few days off, there's the option to do the MSDT, which is the Master Scuba Diver Trainer program. And to be a Master Scuba Diver Trainer, you have to certify 25 people as an instructor, and then you have to have certain specialties. But you can also do the Master Scuba Diver Trainer without getting the 25 people, and that's part of the IE as an add-on to do later. It takes about 4 days, and it's totally worth it because you get to teach specialties. I was kind of reluctant, but I figured, hey, it's only 4 days and some extra money that you got to pay to the dive center and then some extra fees to PADI, half of which they actually waive because they want people to get this certification. And you get to have all these specialties. Plus, you know, you're already kind of in the mode of dive instructor training. So it's like, what's another 4 days? And you get a lot of extra skills that you can teach. Honestly, the best part about this, though, was it's actually 30% in the classroom and 70% diving. Finally, let us dive. The coolest day actually was part of the MSDT training, which was the job placement skills. He teaches us about building CVs, getting contacts, and getting connected in the dive community so you can get a job and a career.
And then I watched this movie called The Little Mermaid, and oh, that scene with Sebastian, it turned my life around, and I'm just sitting there going, and my passion is incredible, and this and that and that, and blah, 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 blah. And then in the end of that sort of 6 A4 page life story, I would love to work for you. Is there a job for me? Now,
About the specialties, so PADI has infinite specialties and you can just make up your own as long as you can teach them. Some of them require some special training like the underwater cave diving, but the course directors usually can teach most of the standard ones that divers usually ask for in recreational diving. So we did stuff like PADI aware conservation, trash pickup, we did deep diving, drift diving, we did wreck diving, we did boat diving, and then we did underwater navigation and search and recovery. Really cool. One of the coolest days was a PADI aware trash pickup day. I unfortunately couldn't bring this toilet back to the surface. I would have had to have much stronger equipment and lift bag, but we did find a really long piece of rigging or something, probably 30 meters. And so we followed it and we finally got to the end and managed to bring it all the way to the surface and retrieved it and threw it away. So that felt really good. One of the coolest ones was the wreck dive because you learn how to do different tie-offs. I'm not a big wreck fan, but it's really cool to know how to stay safe and dive within a wreck. Then we did search and recovery together with the dive masters, which was a really cool thing and pretty useful actually because you always lose stuff in the water. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video inspired you to do your IDC. It's a really good experience. It totally exceeded my expectations. I was expecting to be nervous the whole time and not enjoy it and just looking to pass the exam, and that's it. I actually ended up learning so much more. I thought it was a really fun time. I met some really cool people and had a lot of fun while doing it. I 100% recommend Cyber Cottage Diving. I think they're great. The course director is awesome, and the course itself was so organized and seamless. I loved it. You could technically do the IDC in 8 days, but they do it over 21 and give you so much more info. It's so worth it. It was also a 100% pass rate, which is always good. And if you want to take the course, let me know. I have some contacts, and I can help you out. Then the best part is after the course, you look at your PADI app after a few days after you paid all the fees, and it looks like this. How awesome. Good luck, happy diving, thank you, and enjoy your IDC.